Hi there. This is an invitation. We're going to start the live classes for this year. We start in about 2 weeks and we go to about, I think it's toward the end of October. The first 4 classes are a little bit closer together than I usually like, but I'm seeing some difficulties happening toward the second half of the year. And so I'm wanting to put those classes closer together so that people can get through those and use what they learn to navigate what's happening in our world. So we begin April 5th, 6th, and 7th, which is the first, I think it's the first weekend in April. Intuition 1. Intuition 1 is the brain and the gift of consciousness. And what you learn in that class is how you work. How does this equipment actually work? And it's very interesting. And there's so much in there. You'll come out with a whole new understanding of your body, your mind, and consciousness. So Intuition 2 is the language of energy. And in that class, we focus on how consciousness works, how the world works, the symbolism, the energy. How do you read the energy of a space, of a room that you walk into, or an office, or a situation? There's a lot of emphasis on symbols. You start your symbol library, and that is something, it's a tool that you'll use for the rest of the classes. Intuition 3 is dreams, the pool of creation. And when you come out of that class, you're going to understand how powerful dreams are. They are a window into the interior of yourself, your soul, your consciousness, everything that you're doing, and everything that's happening in the world. And once you see how to interpret, you use the language of energy to look at your dreams and get the messages that those dreams are telling you. And that opens a door. It opens a door for you to success, to excitement, to understanding. It's a step toward your own power. And that is actually the goal of all these classes, is to move you into your power, to reestablish inner authority within you. So Intuition 3, very, very handy, very, very hands-on as well. There's a lot of information in the first class. There's a fair amount in the second class. And then once we get to dreams, from that point on, it's a lot of hands-on. Actually doing, working with consciousness, assessing what did you just experience? What did you just see? What did you just know? So that's the first 3 classes. Intuition 4, that is clairvoyance and the art of seeing. Again, a lot of hands-on, moving back and forth through time, getting used to moving back and forth through time, seeing what's coming your way, and being able to make decisions based on that. Trusting yourself, that's a big deal. If you don't trust yourself, who are you going to trust? The guys out there that are telling you what to do and what to think and how to be and all that? I don't think so. Intuition 5 is past lives, future lives. And here is where it starts to get personal, really personal, intensely focused on know thyself. Where have you been? Where have you lived? Who have you been with? How'd that work out? And what can you know about how to handle your current situation based on all that you've learned? Intuition 5 is I'm going to say Intuition 4 and 5 are like turning points. What I see, this is something I've noticed for the whole 40 years I've been teaching, is that Intuition 4, people start to be real. They begin to speak their truth. They're not always real smooth about it, but that's okay. You got to start somewhere and you got to practice. And as you fall in love with yourself and your life, it gets easier to be real without being a bull in a china shop. So intuition 5 is, like I said, it's past lives, future lives. We look at the future so you can see what's coming for you, the future for your country, the future for family. We look at the past, where you've been. You learn how to do a past life reading for yourself or somebody else. Toward the end of this series, we come to intuition 6, and that's about multidimensional existence, which is really interesting. The goals are to understand the dimension you live in, to begin moving toward fourth and fifth dimensional consciousness. It's to understand the nature of time and to begin to become multidimensional in your thinking. So it's intense. It is a wonderful class, and it really carries you to a place where you can now walk in both worlds, 3D or 4D, or sometimes even 5D, which is really much more aligned with light. So intuition 7 comes after that, and intuition 7 is about moving into power. When you begin to move into power, you have to understand what power is, the many forms that it takes, the many possibilities that it opens inside yourself. And there are stages of development that we go through, and you learn to assess, I guess is the best way to say it, where you are at in those stages of development. And if you find that you are stuck somewhere, then you can learn how to get unstuck. I probably should have mentioned in intuition 4, we learn to do root work, which is getting to the root of something that bothers you or has bothered you sometimes for decades, sometimes since you were 3. Root work is extremely powerful, and it's something that it releases a tremendous amount of energy. So that gets applied again and again. And in intuition 7, you come to not only use that root work, but you learn techniques for healing yourself. So the goal of these classes is to unearth your real self, to become real. I tell a story in one of the classes about the Velveteen Rabbit. It's a wonderful, wonderful story. And it mirrors what we go through as we mature and move into power. And there's often tears. Sometimes even I can hardly read it without getting all choked up. But the bottom line, the joy, is in the realization that you have the authority to decide for yourself. And what does that look like? And what does that sound like? And how do you navigate that? It's a whole new world after that. So the intuition classes, we do have 3 of them, I think, up on the school, on Learn Worlds, and you can take those. If you can't take the live classes, but we have a lot of fun, and it's very much more intense, and you can ask questions. We have live face-to-face question and answer sessions in the classes, and those, I really enjoy that. I think students do as well. My joy in teaching is watching people come to their real self and blossom. So come join us. If you want to be able to navigate this world that we're coming into and the gap between the old paradigm and the new, then this is the series of classes for you. The dates this year are Intuition 1 is April 5th, 6th, and 7th. Intuition 2 is May 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Intuition 3 is May 31st and June 1st and 2nd, June 1 and 2. Intuition 4 is June 28, 29, and 30. And then we start spacing out a little bit. August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th is Intuition 5. And September 13th, 14th, and 15th is Intuition 6. And the last class of the year, Intuition 7, is October 25, 26, 27. So those are the dates for this year. If you can't take a live class, you could sign up for the on-demand class. It's just like being there. The only difference is you can't ask questions. I mean, you could, and I will answer those. I go into the school and answer. Love to see you. It's a wonderful way to unfold your real self, your whole self, and to understand consciousness and the nature of reality, which is to create. So what are you creating? And what are the people around you creating? Are you in alignment with anybody, especially yourself? We have to begin coming together. People who understand consciousness are looking for other people who understand consciousness and how to use it. So come join us. It's a wonderful experience. It will change your life. I should warn you, there's no going back. You can't go back. You can't not know. So come forward. Let's move into the new world and become a new human. Hope to see you in class.